Good evening, Wanda. Can you hear me? Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your confirmation. Sorry for the delay. Yesterday I have covered only two examples for the sorted, sorted function. So in that material you can find your third example also, but I did not explain in that. So before going to the next topic, first of all I would like to explain the topic first. And meanwhile, Spider is opening. So it is not yet opened. 1 minute. Okay, fine. So it was open now. Thank God. It is still not responding. Please wait for a moment. Sometimes it is asking for installing updates. So actually, around 4 o'clock it was started. So it was started almost 1.5 hours. It is taking that much of time. So before going to explain about the sorted third example, I would usually we will explain the assignment question. So this is the yesterday's assignment question I have given to you. It's very easy. The question is you have to print the elements, okay, whatever the elements you are taking, so that should be in sorted order based on the length and based on the sorting normal sorting technique, okay. And here I have given a question with respect to tuple. So here I'm taking the elements like in rounded brackets. So rounded brackets means you know already, right? So just now I got a phone call from one of our student from final year. So he attended the interview around 4:30 to 5 p.m. So today with Legato company. So he just informed me how the interview pattern is going on. Okay, so he said that Python is his favorite subject. So he asked very easy questions like what is the difference? What is the difference between a list and tuple? So he faced that question. So what is the main difference between list and tuple? And for example, what is the purpose of list? How to create a list? They asked only easy questions. Okay, so he said like that. Okay, so that's the reason I'm telling once again, guys. Here you can give list or updates for installed. Okay, fine, thank you. Okay, so here I'm taking CPP, Java, Python, HTML, C. Here whenever you're seeing this value, so by default, so I'm taking like so in tuple like this, but if I'm not giving the tuple constructor here, I will get the elements in sort list format, because the sorted function will return the value. By default return value is list format only. Okay, you can check in the Google also. So let me check like a sorted function, sorted function return. What does sorted function return in Python? Okay, so that is meaning. So you can check here. Okay, so you can check in the Google also. It's not a problem at all. So it returns list. It returns a list. Always returns a list value. So why it is telling always return a list value? For example, let me remove tuple first. Let me remove tuple first. Okay. So even though you are taking the elements in tuple format, okay, even though you are taking the elements in tuple format, so it is getting the list format. The output will be getting in list format, okay. Let me run this code. So it is getting the value square bracket. So that means you have to tell what is the difference between a list and a tuple means. So list and the tuple both are definition is same, collection of elements of different data types. But list element should be in square bracket and tuple element should be in rounded brackets or parentheses. You should you should tell like that. Okay. And you can know we have a lot of differences we have studied in the when we discussing about the list concept. Okay. So whether it is immutable or mutable, we already know that, right? So you can also tell like that examples also. Okay. Anyway. But here I am getting the list format. I am getting the answer because by default sorted function returns the elements in list format. Okay, so I am taking the tuple values. If you want to get the output in tuple also, you just add tuple constructor. Okay, tuple constructor. So that is not mandatory, but I am telling here. Okay, just I am telling for example purpose I am telling. And before going that, I would like to explain sorted. That means here how it is working. Let me explain now. So before going that, I would like to take drawing tools. Please wait for a moment. Okay. So here I'm giving CPP, Java, Python, HTML, C. So all strings must be in double quotes or single quote in Python. You know already. So normal sort, tuple of sorted of S. That means if you're giving sorted of S, so the elements will be printed in sorting order. Okay. So how it will be sorting? Okay. First of all, it is getting CPP. Why it is getting CPP first in normal sorting technique? So we have C also, but why it is getting CPP? Because CPP all letters are capital letters. All letters are, that means all characters are capital letters. That means you know already the capital letters ASCII values are less compared to lowercase letters. Okay, because ASCII values, capital A ASCII value is 65 and small a ASCII value is 97. You know already. Okay, based on that it will display. So it is the minimum string compared to all the 5 strings. Now it will take HTML because I'm giving H as a capital letter and P as a capital letter. So it is getting the second string because H will become before the P. So that's the reason it is getting like this. After that we have Java and C also. But C will come first as per the alphabetical order. So C will be printed then Java. If I am giving in the length, format, it will get C because it will take only length because compared to 5 strings, C is the only 1 letter character, so it is getting first time. After that, we have 3 letters characters, 3 letter strings, that is CPP. It is displaying like this. And after that, we are having 4 letter 2 words we have. So Java and HTML. By why Java is displaying here, guys? So I already explained yesterday also. So whenever we are getting two strings with the same length, then it will give from first come serve. That means it will come according to the first value. So that is Java will be displayed. If you are giving HTML as the here, so HTML will come first. Then so after HTML and the last Python is 6 letter word, it will be displayed like this. So this is the yesterday's assignment, guys. And many of the students are not submitting. Please, guys, around it will take 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, you are almost you are wasting a lot of time with respect to so many things in social networks. So you know already, right? So please, guys, it's my request. Please submit the assignment. If you are doing like this, I will because so whenever I'm giving assignment, we're covering a lot of examples. So that's why I'm telling, guys. Okay. So for one day, I'm giving one example. That's all. So that means you are practicing so many examples. Okay. Meanwhile, when you are completing our Python syllabus, you know almost 80 to 100 programs almost. Okay. So that's the reason I'm telling, guys. Please. Next. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the chat box, guys. And before going to that, I would like to explain the third example. It is this irrespective of with different data types. You know what is the different data types in nothing but in Python we have list data type, tuple data type, and dictionary data type and all, right? So it's based on it will work. So, okay. So now coming to the third example. So today I want to share this example, okay? Because yesterday I already shared in that notes itself. You can check. So this is the example, guys. Let me just down here. Okay. So here I am taking, first of all, before going to the explanation. So before going to getting the output, I would like to explain the concept first. Okay. I am taking the till now we have discussed with strings and we have discussed with the numbers. Yesterday also we have discussed with numbers, right? So now I will take your example like characters. Okay. with letters, that is Q, W, E, R, T, Y, like this. Okay. So let me take an example with different data types. Different data types means, for example, if I am giving sorted of X, okay, then sorted of X, I will get the elements in list format. That means here is the elements in list format, that is square brackets. So sorted of X means, so which letter will become first, guys? Which letter will become first? Q, W, E, R, T, Y. I think you have listened what is QWERTY. QWERTY. This is a QWERTY keypad. You know that. So you always use it to prefer in your mobile app, in your mobile apps. So many students, guys, you are using like that means it's touchpad. Okay, so many keywords we have like keyboard shortcut, keyboard templates like that. Okay, so that is the ultimate QWERTY. So it's not a new word actually. QWERTY. That means our keyboard format also should be there in QWERTY format. Okay, so all computers have the keyboards have QWERTY keyboard. Okay, QWERTY is nothing but so it is the order Q, W, E, R, T, Y. So that's why it is called QWERTY keyboard. Okay. So now, so this is QWERTY. So I'm giving a general example. So everybody is saying the E is the correct answer. Thank you guys for your response. Print of sorted of X. That means it will come as for the sorted order. Okay. So let me run this. So I don't want to waste the time. So I will speed up, guys. If you have any doubts, you can ask, no problem. I will speed up. Okay. Because this is a very easy concept. I don't want to mention so much of time about this. Okay. So E, Q, R, T, W, Y. So according to the order, you can check. Okay. So P, Q, R, S, T, W, X, Y, like this. Okay. So it is getting the correct order. Now, so here I am using list. If now I am using tuple. So even though I am using tuple, I will get the value in list format. You know, that's no I told you already, right? So, but I am taking like here I am using tuple because of the elements are displayed in tuple. Okay. So that is the reason only I am giving. And the next example I would like to give same output. Okay. And let me move to the next example. String sorted based on ASCII translation. For example, if you're giving complete one string in Python like this X variable, so now it will come print sorted of X means which letter will be the least value in ASCII format. So P, Y, H, O, N. This which letter will be the first value, guys? Respond in the chat box. Yes, excellent. Thank you. Thanks for the response. Not N, not N. No, not O. Please, guys, please listen carefully. So try to maintain one pen and paper with your book. Okay, running notes or anything. So let me run this, guys. So the answer is H. Because H will be the first, right? H, N, O, P, T, Y. Okay. Why I am giving different examples? Because sometimes in interviews also you may get these questions in written examination or MCQs questions also you will get these type of questions. Okay. So you may think like, sir, we have to give a lot of strings in list format or string format. That means whether here string is also one of the data type we have, you know already, right? So we can use with string data type also. That is the purpose of a sorted method. Okay, sorted function will be work for different data type. That is the concept only I'm covering now. Now I would like to discuss about the dictionary. I think many of the students may confuse now. So I will give you clarity, guys. Okay. So first of all, let me run this, guys. So I think hope you know dictionary is a key value pair. You know already, right? So key value pair. So that means you for every key you will get a value. For every key you will get a value. But how it will get the result? Okay. So you have to know here. Here also I'm getting the EQRTWY. So because you know that E is the first letter, you know that already. But many students got the doubt like, sir, can we get the compare with respect to 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay. So you can check, no problem. That's not an issue at all. Here Q is a key, 1 is a value. Okay. So you know that already. Okay. So according to that, for example, if you would like to give, for example, if you would like to give only for checking values in one minute, guys. Sorry, suddenly my internet connection was dropped. Sorry, guys. Once, please confirm, guys. Yeah, it's audible. Thank you very much, Monica. Thank you very much. Okay, fine. So now, suddenly it was dropping sometimes. I think Zoom is also some having problem. Even though you're listening the class, also sometimes Zoom automatically restarted. Even though our network connection is good, sometimes it happens like this. Okay, so you, I hope you understand, right? So it is getting like items. Okay, so it means values. For example, if I'm giving, if you would like to get the complete dictionary values, you can give like other method we have items, but it will display all the elements with EQ format. Let me run this. Okay, here it will get like a dictionary format, E3, Q1, R4, like that. It will be displayed like this. Okay, so that means here first will be E printed, because according to the key value it is getting, but with items will be printed. Even if you are not mentioning anything, it will get the elements whatever the order we have earlier, we are getting like this. Okay, so these are the various kinds of examples. I think it is not mandatory to know all these things, but I'm telling okay, I'm telling this. Okay, next, coming to the set. So let me run this. EQR TWY. Okay, so it is getting EQR TWY. So for here I am giving set. That means set is a here it is getting like different. For example, I'm giving like basically, you know, set is an unordered elements, but you can giving sorted means it will get in the sorted order. Okay, so here you're using a curly brace. That is the major thing you should remember. Okay, so whenever we are having what are the different data types in C language, usually the people will tell C. That means, for example, in C language or Java, whatever it may be, they usually whenever they ask, whenever any interviewer asking like various explain the various data types in float, char, double, they will explain like that. But whereas in Python, don't confuse guys, don't tell intent character. Okay, so you should tell the first whatever the values are given. 7 types are there, I already told you guys. Okay, numeric, string, okay, set, tuple. Okay, so we already covered all these things. Okay, so you have to know explain those 7 types. Okay, so int is under the name of numeric data type. Okay, it is there, but it is not a complete data type here. Okay, because it will be acts like a data type. Okay, that means there is no int keyword in our language itself. Okay, so you should understand this. Now it is the program. So sorted method. So let me move to the fast. So now I would like to discuss. So I think yesterday concepts are completed. So I will close this material. So now I would like to discuss about sort method, sort function. Okay, here sort method only, not function. Okay, sort method. Okay, for example, why I am giving this function first of all, I am explaining about this method. This is not under the part of, this is not under the part of higher order functions. Okay, I once again I'm telling higher order functions are completed. Okay, till now whatever I explained, like 4 functions we have, like sorted and reduce and filter and a map. So those topic is completed actually. But without for example, in interviews you may get the question like what is the difference between sort and sorted. I explained only sorted. Okay, but so we have sort method also in Python. So according to the topic I'm discussing about this concept. Okay, so actually in unit 3 you know that. Okay, in unit 3 there is a concept of list. Actually you know that already. Okay, so according to syllabus pattern we know. So this is a list and dictionaries we have in that example. Okay, so here uh, we already covered list concept in unit 1 itself. I think many of the students already know. Okay, and I have uploaded the remaining videos also in YouTube. Okay, so if you want to check, you can check. And especially second CSC students, I think last Saturday, I think so, almost 25 students are absent. On that day I have explained almost 10 exercises lab programs. Okay, so please go through your GL video link or YouTube link. Okay, so just you should listen all the programs, because whenever lab external is going on and lab internal is going on, you have to write a program with your own, right? So please guys, and on the day you are absent, I don't know why you are absenting. So many students are out of the, that means out of whatever scene, except second CSC students are also listening here. But so you are absent on that day, almost 25 students absent, I think. Okay, so here you can see here. So unit 3 concept we have list, functions, dictionaries, like that. Okay, here we have list for methods like append. We already studied those concepts also. But I would like to discuss about sort function, sort method now. Okay, here I would like to actually we are already in unit 3. So I don't know when JNTK is planning to conduct a mid examinations for second 2-1 semester, and whether they will conduct 1-2 exams. I think there is no clarity. but we are in the third unit and that is the ending topic actually. So that means we have only this concept, and I asked the students of your seniors also. So is there any important modules other than math and operator? Okay, so because math and operator modules are basic, very important modules we have. That concept also we completed. So we have to explain about packages only. But I have asked your seniors, some of your seniors. So other than that means operator and math module, we have to know anything. I asked some students, around 3 to 5 students I have asked. Okay, so because they know already they written the paper Python examination, and also they attended so many interviews also. Okay, based on that I have taken feedback. They just informed me that those are enough actually. Okay, but I would like to cover some beautiful tips modules also. That means we can do a lot of things. Okay, I will explain for just for funny purpose. Okay, maybe I think tomorrow I will explain definitely. Okay, that means funny purpose means we can, that means you can definitely like that examples. Okay, so those are the modules just for how Python is very important. You can know definitely. Tomorrow I will explain about those modules. Okay, those are not under syllabus. I'm telling for only your understanding purpose, and why how Python will be useful I will tell you tomorrow. Okay, so anyway, I would like to discuss about list sort method now. So sort method, so what is the difference between sort and sorted function? Okay, I will explain now. So first of all, yesterday I explained one concept regarding, so let me open October 6th. Here I think I have noticed the difference. Okay, in the first example itself, okay, you can see here, if I'm using sorted of x, the list elements will be in sorted order, but if I'm printing x only, it is getting the same order. That means whatever the order we have, it is getting same order. That means the elements will not be converted, okay, into sorted order. You should notice here. Okay, so because now I will tell you what is the difference between the sorted and sort. Now I would like to explain sort. So the sort method sort the elements of a given list in a specific ascending or descending order. This is the definition only. Now coming to the sort method, here we have the same like key equal to, we have sort method and we have like for example, if I'm giving like sort, it does not allow us anything. Okay, so if you want to give anything, those are optional. So those are nothing but key and reverse. Sir, how to remember all these syntaxes, sir? That means in C language and Java we don't have that much of facility, I think. Okay, so yesterday in the notes itself I have clearly explained what is the syntax of sorted. Okay, so you can just see here. So here this is the syntax of sorted: iterable, key equal to none, reverse equal to false. This is and so on so. But in Python we have a beautiful feature like a help function. If you are giving help of sorted, then it will give the syntax and it will explain everything about help. That means what the sorted function use. It will be displayed everything. I have so many times I have explained this. Okay, so even though it is showing like this, here also it is showing. Okay, so here also it is showing key, bool, any like list. It is like that. Okay, but if you are not able to read this, you just write help. Help is a predefined function. You just type sorted, then click F9. Okay, so then click on F9. You will get the output. Okay, 1 minute. Sorted function on argument. Is it argument? I think nothing required. Okay, 1 minute guys, let me check sorted like this. Okay, I will use sorted keyword. Okay, let me check anything. Okay, okay, it is getting like this. Okay, you can see here guys. So this is the excellent feature we have in Python. If you are having any doubt in particular function, you just help, then it will give like built function sorted in module. Okay, sorted means it is taking iterables. Okay, then it will take key equal to none. This is slash is nothing but optional only. Okay, so reverse equal to false. So just now you can see, just see in the notes also I clearly specified key equal to none, reverse equal to false. Okay, so that means here it is getting like what will be the that means what is the purpose of key, what is the purpose of reverse. It is also showing if it is giving reverse flag can be set to request the result in descending order. That means if you set the reverse equal to true, it will get in the reverse order. So I think you already know guys. Okay, that means help is a predefined function we have. Okay, so please guys, again it is asking restart, please wait. So why it is installing so many times, please. if it happens in the middle of the concert, so I'm not giving 10 p.m. 11 p.m. You can restart at 11 p.m. So now don't disturb me. Okay, so this is the like sorted function. Okay, so I think you already know this. Okay, now let me move. So because help is already function, if you are getting any syntax error, you have to understand then. Because I am not a good programmer. Okay, so you should think, that's all. Okay, so I'm just learning from what are the different things we have. That's all. You can also learn the same thing. Okay, so let me move to the. So that means whatever the syntax you don't know also, you just should go through the help function. Okay, so now I will move to this example. Now coming to this same example, so the sort method also, it will take key reverse. You know that what is the key, what is the reverse and all. And I will move fast. So he already explained, reverse means if it is true, so it is with reversed order. So it does not require any extra parameter. Okay, so sort method means, for example, in sorted function we need to specify sorted of x like that. Okay, so you can see here you need to specify, in brackets you have to specify argument, but in sort we don't need to specify anything. Let me remove all these things, guys, 1 minute, because you may confuse lots of the functions we have. So now I'm giving, so this is the list 814637. I'm giving like this. Okay, x dot sort. So this is sort function, this is sort method. Okay, not sorted function. Okay, so now sorted list, I'm printing x directly. You should understand. That means here the list will be changed. In earlier case, sorted, the list will be changed. Okay, it is just written the particular value. So let me run this. Now I am getting the sorted list 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. We are doing a lot of sorting techniques, bubble sort, quick sort and all, to get the elements in sorted order. Okay, but whereas in Python we have a beautiful method. So sort, we can easily sort the functions. So you can easily sort the whatever the arguments you have, whatever the elements you have. Okay, so I think hope you understand what is the sort method now. Okay, if you want to know about sort also, you can just help us sort. That's all. Next. So I have already given this. Okay, here I already given this, the very important point. When I am giving, I note. So this is interview question actually. Okay, the simplest difference between sort and sorted. Sort changes the list directly and does not return any value, while sorted does not change the list and returns to the sorted list. For example, if you're taking another variable, then only it will return. Okay, that is the meaning. So that means a sort method changes the list directly. So here it is changing the list directly. So this is the beautiful example. Okay, so I hope you are clear. Now go through the notes one time. So now I will tell some important example programs related to the interview point of view. Okay, so listen guys, up to 6:30 I will cover, up to 6:40 I think, because I have I just log in 10 minutes late, because I will take extra 10 minutes, please. Okay, so don't worry. And before going that, I would like to just send the feedback form link. Sometimes my internet is also getting so much trouble, because from morning to evening I am doing a lot of batting in this so to prepare the notes and all. So 1 minute guys, let me share the feedback link once. So after completion of the class, you just go through this and just copy the link, guys, please. Just copy the link, don't do this now. Next, coming to the examples. So before going into the example programs, I want to tell you, first of all, so usually in interviews or whatever it may be, in an examination point of view also, you will get a question like, so you will get a questions like max and min. For example, I'm telling that the question is, write a program to find the smallest and largest element in a given list. See here, in C language and we have C language and Java also we have array concept. So array is a collection of elements of same data type. You usually think like that. Here arrays also implemented by using list only. So here, so by using list, you can sort the elements. That means, for example, if I'm giving this list, here you cannot find out the minimum element and maximum element. That means you can directly use maximum minimum functions without doing sorting also. Okay, but I'm telling a general example. Okay, because you know that, for example, let me remove this. Okay, let me remove this. I'm just giving F9. Okay, now I'm getting 8 is the maximum element, 1 is the minimum element. Okay, whether it is in sorted order or whatever it may be. So I think it is a beautiful feature we have, but it is not a good impression, you know already. I don't prefer whenever you are giving a variables like this, but I will tell you different examples today, don't worry. So first, some important example programs. So to find the largest and 1 minute. Okay. So to find the largest and smallest in an integer list in Python. So now coming to the program one. In this program, we can see step-by-step approach for completion of the program. So that means here, first of all, we have to create a numbers in the list in the Python, sort the list in ascending order. Okay. So and display last elements in the list for largest and display the first element in the list for smallest. See, it is displaying like that. So 1 minute, let me copy this. Without using max and min, I'm just running this program without using max and min. Okay. So this is one of the program I would like to tell you. Don't worry, don't ask any questions also, because I will tell you at least 3-4 examples. Then you can ask your doubts. Okay? Because I know it is not a good thing. Okay, it is not a good thing. Let me run it first. So I would like to write a program to find the smallest element in a list without using max and min, without using max and min. Okay. So here I am writing the list. So these are only for your understanding purpose. I am adding comments, guys. So you don't think like this. Okay. So just you can remove also. That's not an issue at all, because it is a 4 lines program actually. Okay. So let me take a list first. Number equal to, these are the various list elements. How many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you know, list index always starts from what? Please, can you please respond in the chat box? List index starts from what? Very good, very good. Thank you guys, thank you. So everybody is telling the correct answer. So thank you guys. 0. List index always starts from 0. Thanks for your response. Yes, 0 to n minus 1 also. Range. Okay. So that means here the first element will be stored in 0th position. You know this. Okay. For example, if you are using the sort method, the list will be converted into sorted order. That means here it returns. That means here the numbers also will be converted. If you are using sorted, then you need to take another variable, right? Here that means just number dot sort means the list will be converted into sorting order. So let me write it the sorting order now. So which one is the comes first? 21, I think so. Okay, 21, and then so I don't want to waste the time. Please wait, guys. So let me print it. Okay, so why we have to waste the time? Let me print of number. Okay, because these are very easy. Okay, so let me write. Okay, so I'm getting the list in sorted order. Okay, so here, so this position, this is called 1, this is called 2, this is called 3, this is called 4, this is called 5. Okay, so you know that when we are getting the list order, whatever the in which position list element will be there, in which position list element will be there. This is my question. Again, the answer is, that means which element, which position we have the least element, that means smallest element. Yes. So everybody is saying 0. So I am printing that one. That's one. Okay, that means you know that, for example, you are taking a variable like number, you have to give number of 0. Then you will get the smallest number. That means 21 will be displayed. But here, how many elements we have? Total 6 elements we have. But n minus 1 length means the last element should be in 5th position. That means number of 5 means it will get the 5th position value, that is 89. That is the largest number. But it is not a good method actually. Okay, this is not a good method actually. That means, so for example, if the program will work for only these 6 numbers. If I'm adding any one number extra to the particular list, it will get the wrong result for the largest element, because smallest element will be high again in the 0th position. If I'm giving the second any number, if I am adding in the list itself, it will get the wrong value. So don't prefer this program. I will tell you, I already mentioned in the program in your notes also, but don't prefer. Okay, so because you have to know what are the basic things we have. Okay, next. Okay, next. Now let me run this code first. Let me run this code. Now I'm getting largest element is 89 and smallest element is 21. So it is getting the correct answer. Okay. So now here the variable names you should prefer maximum A. That's all. That will be easy because you need to type number every time. So A, just you can give A. That's all. That should be very easy. Okay, so variable name should be taken like, but for your understanding purpose, I am taking like number, that's all. So you can run this code again. Same value will be printed. Okay. See, if I am giving extra parameter like 100 is the largest element here we have. So let me run this program now. I am getting 89 still. So this program not works. So that means you have to change again 8 of 6. That means every time you need to change this, the program means now it is getting correct answer. But it is not a good thing at all. So it is not a good practice at all. Okay. So let me, so that's the reason I am telling how I am creating a program. Create a number in list in Python. Sort the list in ascending order. Display the last element in the list for the largest, display the first element in the list for smallest. So this is the program 1. Let's move to the program 2. Takes input from the user. That means you have to give beautiful Vinesh, beautiful. So super. So Vinesh is telling that, so don't you just give a of -1, that's all. That is also very super. Excellent, Vinesh. Second CSC student is telling that. So if you are giving a of -1, we will get the correct result. Yes, it is of course. Okay. So that means if you are giving a of 0, this is the first. You know, if you are giving -1, okay, it will print the last element. You know already, because the list index from forward to that means forward index and negative index. That means we have 2 indexes. We have in C language and Java we don't have that facility. So this is the beautiful feature we have. So this is the position of -1. This is the position of -2. Then if you are adding the elements also, you will get the a of -1 means you will get the correct answer. Thank you, Vinesh, for your good idea. Okay, but according to my idea, okay, according to my idea, but don't prefer the elements like this, because it will work for these numbers only. Okay, so let me move to the next question. Yes, Likita, 100% it will works. Next, coming to the program 2. Now I am taking the loop to insert the elements one by one. So instead of directly giving the numbers like this, I am just giving like this. So let me run the program again. Now I am giving number equal to, okay, empty list. Empty list. It is called empty list. Okay, whenever we are giving an empty square bracket means it is empty list. Now enter the number of elements in the list. For example, enter the number of elements means, for example, if you would like to enter 5 elements or 6 elements or 10 elements, whatever it may be, then print enter percentage elements. That means percentage n. That means if you are giving 3 elements, it will print enter 3 elements like that. Now I am using for loop to read the, that means to input the all the values. Okay, I am using the same thing. I am using the same thing. That means here I am giving 0, largest element is n-1, and that is the same thing only I am doing here. But here I am not giving directly a of 0 like a of 6 like that. Okay, a of 0 is always common, because the least element will be stored in always in the portion of a of 0 only. Okay, so first let me run this code, then I will explain how it will works. Enter 4 elements. I am giving 5, 8, 1, 4. Largest element is 8, smallest element is 1. We are getting the correct answer, guys. We are getting the correct answer. Let me explain now how it will work. So I am taking a number, that is empty list. N equal to input of enter number of the elements in the list. It is getting 4. So this value will be stored in small n. Now small n equal to 4. Enter percentage elements. Enter 4 elements. It will be displayed like this. So if I am giving percentage, you don't give the comma according to our syntax. Okay. So otherwise you can use placeholder also, dot fire method also, whatever you have. It is easy, I think so. Otherwise you can give enter double quotes, again you have to give comma, again you have to give n, again comma, double quotes. That is the wrong thing actually. So you just give enter percentage elements. That is easy. Because why I am giving percentage integer format specifier is percentage. For I in range of 1 comma n plus 1. Okay. Here I am giving for I in range of 1 comma n plus 1. That means here the loop will start from 1 to n plus 1. That means n plus 1 is n value is, so n value is here I am taking 4. 4 plus 1 means 5. That means loop will be iterated 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 4 times. I'm getting 4 times. Okay. So you can also take like 0 also, 0 to n also. That's not a problem at all. I'm taking for just understanding purpose only. I'm telling you this. Okay. So you can just better to take 0 n plus 1 only best, I think so. Anyway, I will change, no problem at all. So let me explain this first. After that I will change. Okay. Element equal to int of input of. That means first I value will be 1. Okay. First I value will be 1. Element equal to int of input of. That means this element will be stored in element first time. This is called element now. So you know that we have append method in list format. That means list dot append. It will add one element at a time. You know already. Number dot append. That means now number dot append means this element will be stored in number. That means it will store now 5. Now list created with 5 comma. Then it is again going back to the for loop for I in range of I value already from 1. Now I value will takes 2. That means loop iterated 1, 2, 3, 4 4 times. Okay. So loop iterated 4 times I'm taking. Okay. So element equal to int of input of. Element of input of. That means the next element will be 8. It will be stored in element. Why I am giving int here? So it is taking for integer elements. Input why I am taking? So for reading all the input values, because here I am taking input function for reading all the numbers. Here also I am taking input function because it is reading for the elements. So this is the way you have to understand. So it will take 1, 2, 3, 4 times. The loop will be repeated. So the 4 elements will be stored as per the list format. So 5, 8, 1, comma 4. If you want to print the list, you can print here. Print list, you just give print of number. Then the elements will be printed like this format. Okay. Then number dot sort. That means now the elements will be converted into sorting function according to sort method. So these elements will be converted to 1, 4, 5, comma 8. So then largest element will be in the position of n minus 1. Smallest will be in the position of 0. So it is 0, you know already, guys. So why I am giving n minus 1, you know already, because here I am taking n value as 4 elements means the last element is always stored in the n minus 1 position. That means that is 4 minus 1. That is called 3. So this is 0th position, this is 1 position, this is 2 position, this is 3rd position. That means you have to give n minus 1 for, that means if you are taking 5 numbers or 6 numbers, whatever it may be, it will take n minus 1 position only in the last digit. That means the highest number will be in the last position. That means n minus 1. You can give a of n minus 1, then it will get the value. Otherwise you can use like a of minus 1 also. That is also good thing. No, that's not a problem at all. Okay. So it is not a bad thing. Okay. So it is a good thing. So you can change, you can run the code. So you will get the program like this. I'm printing the same. Okay. So if you want to modify, you can just take like if you want to give 0 here, and you can add like n only. That is also good thing. Okay. So you can change here also. You can do like this, because so many students think like that. Some student is asking execute answer sort use cheste. Sort use chesi descending order lo print cheyalante ela sir. So descending order lo print cheyalante reverse use cheyalamma. Sort use chese already cheppukunnam kada manam. Yeah, fine. Okay, doubt clarified. Thank you. So okay, I think here also we have key and so here I did not discuss about again in the material also I did not discuss about key and reverse, because yesterday we already know that. That's the reason I have directly shifted to the examples. Okay, I'm just giving only one example, guys, because you know when I am giving again sorted reverse equal to true, it will get the reverse order. Okay, you can give, no problem. For example, I'm just writing this code. Okay, I'm not writing the even example also in the notes, because I think that you may understand in the yesterday concept, but I don't want to repeat it so many times. And let me give, so reverse equal to true. Okay, so I'm getting the reverse order. That's all. That's not a major thing. Okay, so this is the way you should do. Okay, so Priyanka, hope your doubt clear. Thank you. Next. So many students are giving sessions. Very good, Ambika. You can give colon -1 also. So that is also good thing. Yeah, because we already studied at the time of list. Still you remember those concepts. Thank you, Ambika, from 76 secondary CSC student. and CR I think. Okay, so anyway, so now coming to the next example, because some students may confuse now. So sir, what is the good method? Sir, you are always used to not to prefer sort method. Why you are using sort method to sort the elements? Okay, so now you are getting the doubt like this. I know, don't worry. Okay, I am here to clear your doubts. I am here okay, to clear your doubts, so you may not get any doubts. So let me move to the next question. Now program 2 completed. Now program 3, this is the last program we have. After completion of this, I will end the session. Thank you guys. Now program 3. So now I will just actually I always used to prefer, so not to prefer, so the built-in functions. Okay, you know already, right? So here I am using sort method. That's the reason our task is very simple. Our task is very simple. Just I am giving 0th position minus 1 position. It is very easy, guys. But without using sort, how can we find out the minimum and the maximum element in a given question? Okay, so this is the program I would like to explain now. So before going to explain, I would like to write a program thinking like a output format. First of all, let me take to the output format, because whenever in interviews point of view, they will get some test cases and input and output format. Based on that, you have to write a program. I don't want to copy the code. I will just write the code by using that means output. Okay, that's the reason many of the exam interview point of view also, they will give input and output format like that. They will give input and output format like that. Okay, I think you may see, I think finally students may know about this because they are already doing some examples. They have already done almost two interviews, almost completed. Okay, so anyway, first I will see the output. Anyway, I will just copy the output. Because I don't want to move to the all the time here. And here I would like to clear the console, and I want to take a notepad, so it will just display output here. Now I will write a program here. Oh, again it was stopping. Oh, okay. No, wait for some time, and I will take sticky note, because I would like to see the output at the same time. I would like to write the program, because because of time consuming purpose, I always used to prefer the copy and paste like this. I will write the program based on the question we have. Okay, so directly, that's the reason only I'm waiting. So oh, why it is getting a lot of time. Sticky note, yes, sticky note. So this is the format of output. Hope you students here understand the concept now. So in usually interviews point of view, they will give input and output format. This is input now. Enter the size of the elements list. Enter 4 elements. This is the input. The output is largest element is 78. Smallest element is 4. This is the output. So now I am writing the code. Oh, okay, it is going. It is taking a lot of time. Why it is giving? Just give like. Oh, okay. Anyway, actually it has to be there here. Size move. Okay, no problem. So the first line is enter the size of the list. Okay, that means you have to take one input to store the list elements. Okay, so that means here first you have to take the elements into list order. You just take n equal to square bracket. Okay, that means this is for list only. So it is empty. Now according to the output format, enter the size of the list. I'm just copying the code. Okay, because for time saving, I'm just copying the code. Now I'm writing here how to read the input. We have to write n equal to. Okay, so here we have to write n equal to, just take like int. Okay, so because you have to take input values. Okay, Now I'm copying the code again, enter the size of the list. Okay, I'm just adding colon for separating the number, that's all. Okay, now I'm giving enter. That means now it is storing the size of the list. That means, for example, if I would like to print 5 elements, if I would like to take 5 elements, it will take 5 elements. Now I have to write enter 5 elements. This is the output line we have. Enter the 4 elements. Okay, enter the 4 elements. For example, if I am giving the enter the 4 elements, you just use print statement only, because I'm not storing any value here. You just see in the right side, it is not getting any value, but it is getting a enter 4 elements. That means you can use only print statement. You don't need to use input statement. You just think like that way. Then only you can understand how I am writing a program. So then print. So enter. So he is giving like 4 elements like that. That means we have to give percentage d elements, and the values will be stored in percentage n. Okay. So this is the second line. Now, okay, you don't need to give comma. Okay, that's the reason it is getting error. Okay, next. Now we have to take the for loop for taking the elements into a list format. Okay, so just I am taking for loop, because whenever we are giving the values one or more than one value, if you want to take one value, just use a input, that's better. But if you want to store multiple values, if you want to read multiple values, you have to take for loop. Now for I in range of, that means, for example, here what we have to give. For example, we are giving the size of the list, means, for example, if I am giving 4, if I am giving n, here I have to give n or n plus 1. You should think in that way first. For example, if I am giving n, what will happen? If I am giving 4 elements, if I am giving just 4 elements, okay, if I am giving 4 elements here, it will take like for I in range of 4 means it will take 0 iteration, 1 iteration, and 2 iteration, and 3 iteration also. Then you can give for I in range of n only. That is the only. For example, if you are giving n plus 1, if you are giving 4 elements, it will ask 5 elements then. So here, how you are thinking, like here you have to give n only. Then you just write the program like this and just add colon or just give enter. You no need to add and colon also. It will give it will get automatically. Okay. Now you have to read the values one by one. So yesterday in the above example already we have seen that I am just taking one variable to read one value at a time. Input empty bracket. Okay, empty bracket. And 1 minute. Let me check the syntax. Okay, everything is fine. Now, okay. Now I am checking input correct. Next I am taking one number. So now I have to add the particular number to the given list. For example, here this is not n, this is array. So this is array only. Okay, this is array only. Okay, I am taking like array. So here, for example, now I would like to add the elements to the array. Okay, because n is separated, right? N is the number of elements. Okay, so it is number of elements. So now I am taking array elements. Now I have to add this value to the particular array. That means we have to give a dot append of. So what we have to give in the brackets? That means whatever the input you are giving, this value is storing in the variable value. Then you can give value here. That's all. So this is that means here whenever you are giving like this, now so according to our output statement, it will ask enter 4 elements. So it is fine. Enter high in range. For example, it will ask 0th position to 4th position. That means 0 to 3. So it will read one value. It will read another value. It will read another value. It will read another value. So now this part is completed according to the question we have. Now I am just printing enter. I am just moving to the front. Okay. So if you want to print the elements before, you can give elements, but in the output statement he is asking directly like what is the largest element is, what is the smallest element is. Let me take two variables, max equal to min equal to. I am taking two variables for storing the results. How I would like to that means how I would like to take the two values. Because I before going to print the output, we need to take two variables, because we have to get the two values in the output. That's for max and min. Then by default max, if I am doing max like this, it won't take, you know already, right? Because in C language and Java we will just write int max, that's all. But here if I am writing max only, it will get error message like this. Okay, but then that means you have to store one value. Okay, so I am giving like max equal to a of 0 and I am min equal to a of 0. Why I am giving a of 0, I will tell you. Okay, Here that nothing, 2 times also you not need to declare. You can directly declare min equal to a of 0 like that. It is nothing but chain of assignment. You need to take 2 lines also. You just take 1 line. Why I am taking? Because if for example I will tell you one example, guys. I'm taking the numbers 8 and I'm taking the number 4. I'm taking numbers 9 and I'm taking the number 2. Okay, so these are the various 4 elements I am taking like this. Okay, so now, so don't think about all these numbers. You are just a human, so you should compare all the 4 values. Then you are telling that which element is big, which element will be small. You know already. But every time if you're taking 8, 4, 9, 2 like this, these values you're taking like this. Okay, so you have to take one for loop. You have to take one for loop. Yes, I already think that Ashwini same way. Thank you, Ashwini. Okay, fine. Okay, so I'm giving 8, 4, 9, 2. So now it is taking 4 values. Now we have to check the first 8 is greater than 4, like this. Okay, that means, so in our regular life, I will if I'm having 4 numbers like this, you just compare the first 2 numbers first. 8 greater than 4. If 8 is greater than 4, which one is big? 8 is big. Okay, you know that. So according to that way we will go. Okay, for example 8 is greater than 4 is for example 18 greater than 4 is not true. So I would like to find 2 ways, like a max and min. So this is the way you have to write. Okay, so let me take max and min variable now. So now before going to that, I would like to go into check the condition. I have to take for loop. Because why I have to take the for loop? Because I am not comparing only 2 elements. If I am taking 2 elements, I have to use if else only. That's all. Because you know, if else is a two-way statement. Two-way statement in the sense, two-way statement in the sense, for example, if you're having 2 statements like whether the given number is even or odd, whether the given number is big or small. So that is the two-way statement. Then only you should prefer if else. Here I have to check 4 values. That then you need a for loop I in range of. So here what element I have to give again? Here we have to check. So you just give. Okay, you just give. I am comparing the first number a of 0 with another numbers. That means you should take the value from 1. Because you no need to compare 0 again. That is waste iteration actually. If you are taking 0, that is waste iteration, because you are storing the a of 0 value in max and minimum value, minimum variables. Okay, so now according to that line I am writing here, max equal to a of 0. A of 0 value is here. This is the 0 portion, this is 1 portion, this is 2 portion, this is 3 portion. Okay, these are the positions. I'm just rounding the square bracket like this. I'm just rounding the check box. Okay, so max equal to 8, min equal to 8. So both are 8 only. Okay, so let me move to the code. So 1 comma. So it will check up to what extent. For example, if I'm giving n, what will happen? If I'm giving n plus 1, what will happen? I have to check. So here I have to check up to 0, 1, 2, 3. That's all. That means 0, 1, 2, 3. So what is the value of n? N value is 4. Then we have already list element 0. So that means I am taking one element into a of 0 position. I have to compare with the remaining 3 positions. Then we can give just n. That's all. You don't need to give n plus 1, because number of elements are 4 only. Okay, you need to check up to 1 to n only. Okay, that is the way you should think. Okay, so then now I am just pressing enter. Okay, here now I have to write a code. This is very important. Okay, so if, okay, I am taking minimum variable first greater than, okay, a of I. How I am writing I will tell you, don't worry. Okay, so I am taking just a simple example. First now I am taking min greater than a of I. What is this meaning? I will tell you. For I in range of 1 means I value is 1, guys. I value is 1. Okay, what is the value of minimum? Minimum equal to a of 0. I have set like this because I want to compare the first element with remaining elements. That's the reason I have taken max and minimum with the same value. Okay, now so max equal to a of 0, you know already. So that is a max and min, both are a of 0. A of 0 value is 8. I already written here. So now I value 1. Min is greater than A of I. What is the min? Min is 8. Greater than A of I, that is A of 1. What is the value of A of 1? A of 1 is 4. Okay, I am writing like this. So 8 greater than 4. Here I am writing like this. For example, 8 greater than 4 is condition true now. Which one is the minimum? 4 is the minimum. 4 is the minimum. That means now you should change the value A of I to minimum. Now I am writing a simple logic, min equal to A of I. How I am writing, again I will tell you, don't worry. That means whenever I am writing this line, you should think, guys, once again I am telling, minimum greater than A of I. Minimum is 8. A of I, what is the A of I? I value is 1. A of 1 value is here, it is there. Here it is there 4. Okay. So that means 8 is greater than 4. Condition is true now. Whenever this condition is true, now change the minimum value like 4. Now which value is there in 4? A of I value is 4. Then store the A of I into min. Because whenever you are giving like this, it will store like this. Now minimum value will be changed to 8 to 4. Okay. So now I will just remove these lines. Next. So if it is maximum, what happens? Then we have to write another condition. If max less than A of I, okay, colon, what we have to write? First of all, just max is greater than A of I. Here, if max is less than A of I, here I am giving the condition less than or A of I. So you should think why I am getting greater than, why I am getting less than. You don't need to change, you need to check this, because you are just comparing 8 and 4, you can give less than or greater than, whatever it may be. But you should check whether it is getting the minimum or maximum. Based on that, you have to give what I have to give less than or greater than. Here I am giving max of A of I. So there the condition is max equal to A of I. That's all. Okay. So now what will be the output? I will check once. Okay. So first, now the condition is true, guys. It is already executed. Now it will check this condition. Okay. What is the max? Max value is 8. Let me take like 8 here. 8 less than A of I. I value is 1. A of 1. What is the value of A of 1? A of 1 is 1 minute. So I think A of 1 is 4, right? So 1 minute. So max value is 8 less than, okay, A of 1 value is 4. 8 less than 4 condition is false. So max, keep it like max only. So whenever the condition is false, it will not enter into the loop. So now max will store 8 only. So now only in the first iteration, minimum value only change it to 4. You should understand like this. Now the loop will start again. Now I value becomes 2. Okay, I value becomes 2. If minimum greater than A of I, what is the minimum now? Minimum already changed to 4. Now you can write like 4 is greater than A of I. I value is 2, guys. A of 2 value is 9. 4 is greater than 9. Here I am finding the minimum. That's the reason it is condition false. 4 greater than 9 condition not at all true, right? Now it will check this line. Okay. So max less than A of I. What is the value of max? Max is 8 here. Okay. So now I am writing 8 less than, what is the value of A of 2? A of 2 value is 9. 8 less than 9. The condition is true now. Now max equal to A of I. That means A of I value is A of 2. A of 2 value is 9. Now 8 less than 9 means now maximum value is changed to 9. Now the earlier it is 8 will be crossed. Now it is checking 8 is greater than 9. That's the reason it is getting max equal to 9. So now again loop will iterates. Now I value become 3. This is the last iteration, because I have given the number of elements like 4 only, because loop will iterate from 1, 4 means 1 to 3 only. Okay. So now I value 3. It will check the last iteration, min greater than A of I. Because whenever I am comparing these two elements, now maximum value is 9. So it is getting like 9, it is okay. But still minimum, what is the minimum value? We have 4 only. But minimum value is 2 in this line. So it will check 2, then only our program will works fine. So now you should think like I value will be iterated to 3. Okay. So minimum greater than A of I. What is the minimum value? Minimum value is 4. Now I am checking like 4 greater than, okay, A of I. A of I value is 3. A of 3, what is the value of A of 3? A of 3 value is 2. So here I am already writing like this. Okay, 4 is greater than 2. Condition true now. Now minimum equal to A of I. That means I value is 3. Now minimum equal to, that means minimum equal to A of 3. What is the value of A of 3? A of 3 value is 2. Now minimum is changed to 2. Again it will check the if condition max less than A of I. What is the value max? 9. That means 9 less than, okay, 9 less than A of I. A of I value is A of 3. A of 3 value is 2. 9 less than 2 condition false. That means maximum will be there 9 only. So after that for loop closed because I value iterated 4 times completed. Now you have to print the smallest element and largest element. Okay. So let me move down. Okay. So now we are getting the sorted. That means we are getting the elements of maximum and minimum element using if condition and for loops. Okay. And I am not using any sort method here. Now I am skipping the for loop because we are entered into the out of the for loop. Now I have to write print. Okay. So according to sticky note, what I have to write? Largest element is. So which element value will be stored in max element? That is maximum variable only. So let me take maximum element, largest element, comma. I'm just printing max. Next, again you just write the same code. So then you just print the here, and you can give smallest element is here. If I am telling in this way for every program, it will take 1.5 hours for one program. That's the reason only I am just copying the code. I know how to write a logic and how to explain a logic and all. Okay. So hope you understand. Just let me run this. If it is code is getting the correct answer, our program is successful. Let me write. So I am taking the elements 4. Okay. So I will take any elements. Okay. That's not an issue because I removed those names. Actually, I have given 9. I think I have given 4. What elements I have given? I did not remember actually. So what elements we have here? So okay. I will give any other 4 elements, whatever it may be. Okay, the program will works, right? So thank you guys, thank you. So 8492. Okay, 8492. Thank you very much, guys. So now it is getting largest element is 9 and smallest element is 2. Our program is works. I'm getting the output, right? This is the way you should think, guys. Okay. So let me write again, and we have to check again and again. Then only we will just intimate to the particular person. Okay. Whether it is a lab external or whatever it may be the interview. I will take another list, 8 elements. I will take with 2 numbers and 3 numbers also. Okay. So let me give it like this. I will give same elements in 2 times also. That's not a problem at all. Okay. It will check whether it is there or not. Okay. So up to 8 it will take like this. So the smallest element is 4. The largest element is 897. So according to the elements I have taken here, so smallest element is 4. You can check here. So I'm getting the correct answer. That means now the program is successfully completed. You can write here without curly brace also. You just write list in empty brackets also. It should be fine because here according to tuple constructor we have the list also. Okay. So you can do in this way also. Let me run it again. I will give only 3 elements. 10, 5, 7. Largest element is 10, smallest element is 5. Whoa, what's my beautiful. This is the program thinking, guys. So this is completed. If you have any doubts, please let me know. I'm not using any sort method here. Okay. So I'm just using logical. That means if you have the mind, definitely you can understand. Okay. So thank you very much, all of you. Stay home, stay safe. If you have any doubts, I will be here up to 7. No problem. You can ask any doubts. And please, everyone should fill your details in the feedback form. And once again, I'm sharing the link. Okay, so let me check the notes now. So I think the program is the same like this. Yes, it is the same. Okay. So yes, I have changed the max equal to min equal in single line. Let me remove it. Okay, so I will change the notes also. So I will begin in new line. That's better. It is in something. That's all. So this is program 1, program 2, program 3. This is called. So various finding the smallest and the largest element. Nobody is asking doubts. I think everything is clear, guys. You should think in this way. Definitely, you will get all the programs very easily, guys. Nobody is asking doubts. I think it is clear. If it is clear, please tell me once. I will exit them. So many calls I am getting because most of the company people are also calling to me, but still I am not taking for the class. Okay. So if you are not having any doubts, I will close the session. Then I will move on to my work. Thank you very much for your response, Vishnu and all. Triple E students and some students are having from next week onwards. I don't know what to do. So from finally students are also listening the classes very excellently. Okay. So, but I don't know what I have to do. Thank you one and all. Thank you very much. Okay, nobody's asking doubts. Bhavani, okay, it's clear. Thank you, Veni. So bye bye. I will share the material soon. Thank you. I'm ending the session and nobody's asking doubts. Thank you.